So my journey at FinTru started in 2016 as one of two junior analysts on FinTru's first ever placement intake. To be honest, I didn't really know what to expect from that year. FinTru was quite a new company. There was less than 100 employees just based in Belfast. I spent that year working on a project within one of our Tier 1 investment bank clients. I really enjoyed the work. I was quite surprised at that, first of all, but even more so, I built some really good relationships that I still have maintained up until this day. I completed the year, I got on really well actually, and completed the year with an offer to return after I graduated. So fast forward to now, I obviously accepted that offer and I've made my way up. I now manage a team of 10 people within one of our Tier 1 investment bank clients. So I was first given the responsibility of managing placement students 3 years ago. It was one of my first years as a manager in FinTru, and I kind of thought that that would be a good way for me to show my experiences to date as being a former placement student. I understand where those people are coming from. I've been in that situation where you're new into quite a big company now, obviously. I remember how daunting it was on my first few weeks whenever I was learning a completely new role. I was in a completely new environment and I was made so welcome, so I just kind of made that my objective, was to make sure that any placement student that I would end up managing would come away with the same experience. I currently have Darragh Dalton on my team, who is on his placement year from Queen's University. Darragh is one of our anti-money laundering operations analysts.
My placement involves working in enhanced due diligence for our Tier 1 investment bank clients. It works around anti-money laundering and helping keep an eye on clients' accounts and their safety. I've always wanted to work in kind of an exciting workplace, and the amount of awards FinTru's been winning over the years, it was second to none. No other competitor seemed to be caring about their employees and having a good work-life balance that FinTru did. Whenever we first started, we were in a 2-week training course. I really enjoyed meeting new people. As I said, the people coming from different backgrounds and having different life stories can just make a really inclusive and homely feeling in the workplace.
I had the opportunity to work with the Careers and Work Placement Office during Darragh's midway review for his placement year. He was able to do a presentation on his time at FinTru, and it was great for me to be involved in that and weigh in on Darragh's performance. We have a number of opportunities at FinTru for early careers. We hire a number of placement students and graduate students every year, and the opportunities are constantly growing as FinTru continues to grow. So from a FinTru perspective, we train our placement students up during that year to the required standard of our clients. We then offer them a job opportunity to come back after they've finished their degree, and it's actually great for FinTru to be able to draw on that resource to fill the demand that our clients have for roles. I would definitely recommend taking on a placement student if you had the opportunity to.
I think the great thing, in terms of the benefits of placement, is that it's a great sort of resource in terms of employers. You're bringing in new, fresh ideas. That's one of the benefits I think employers would say about a student is each year when you're sort of taking on a placement student, you've got someone new coming in, and that's very valuable in terms of like an extra resource and a very cost-effective resource. It's also nice to bring in a new student that's coming in new and brings those ideas along. And it's quite a seamless process. If you're bringing in a student every year, there's a handover process, works really well. That student leaving is then sort of training up the new student coming in, and that's great for both parties because that student's been in the other student's shoes, but also great confidence for the student that's leaving to be able to hand over their job and be able to train someone up. So again, that's a great sort of benefit. The student really leads out in that as well. Again, it's great for sort of in terms of graduate recruitment. So a lot of students are taken on as placement students, and it's sort of seen as an interview year. So they will pretty much be interviewing that student for the year while they're working there. And a lot of employers do use that then as a fast track into their graduate scheme. So again, it's a good resource in terms of taking someone on more permanently as well.